And Christmas carols. Whoa.
I'm red now.
Oh, wait, is it Red not here?
Sunday!
Oh my god, damn it.
Watch the podcast now, Raz.
All right, that's a
back
good
and
note
watch
to come into the
Okay.
podcast on, actually. Anyway, what about this week's battles? We're playing Gully and what's the other one?
Delta facility.
Delta Facility. I looked at those maps. Not a big fan of either of them. So what do you guys think?
What? Facility?
I'm a little worried about Delta facility. Because last time 2 blues got like what, invincible medals or something. So I don't know. I know before that I didn't think it was unbalanced. After that, I learned it's pretty easy to spawn camp.
Even
I don't know.
scroll.
I guess all we gotta do is
Metropolis
just make
sucks.
sure everyone's
Okay,
prepared
sorry about that.
that they don't get, prepared that they don't get spawn camped and figure out what to do if they do. Because apparently it's pretty easy to do on that map.
Okay.
Well, you can't forget too that we have the days of like map testing that they could have some changes in there too.
Yep.
What, for Delta
I gotta
facility?
be honest. I gotta be honest with that though. I don't know if I've never been a map tester. I don't know if there's like a system how they do it.
Well,
Like,
You know,
do
There-
they have
there-
the map released and then they just release the new edition or what?
yeah.
right there.
It's
You're talking FC map testing, or
yes, we're talking FC map testing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really a genuine thing that's going on with testing right now. There used to be a system that Mythonian did. Right now, we're just getting people together and seeing how they play, and I guess we generally liked Metropolis, but I guess once Battle Night starts, now we notice how broken it is.
Right.
I think that's probably because we only get such like few opinions. Every time I do see map testing go on, there's really like not that many people. It's usually they play a lot of different game types on the map, but it's the same people.
Unlucky, we did a little bit of, I guess, minor testing, if you want to call it that, before we planned for battles that one time.
You mean like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, and we were looking it over, and we decided that the 2 of them were really heavily flavored for blue, and we're like, we're not going to do these 2.
Oh yeah. I mean, those. I wouldn't call it map testing, but more like map scouting. We were looking at the maps and yeah, we were just looking like blue has an advantage here, red has an advantage here, etc., etc. But as far as traditional map testing goes, I think what normally happens is the Forge department, aka Mythonian, will make a few tweaks to the map and then play it with some people. But I think the biggest problem is usually, let's say it's an 8v8 map. I don't think normally they get 8v8. I think normally it's like 5v6 or something like that. The numbers are off, skill is off.
Yeah.
I think we need a set group of people to play it, and then once they play, do the same game type, just switch sides. That would be a much more concrete way of testing maps and game types.
Yeah. Well, you see,
But it's a lot of hassle.
the deal with that is that FC doesn't really have that many people who are into forging. So my I love Mythonian just as much as the next person, but he can't do everything himself, and he can't single-handedly balance every single map we play by himself.
Definitely tries.
He tries, and I give him credit for that. But my real question to the people of FC is, why are we subjecting ourselves to this if we don't really have a forge department? Why don't we go to somewhere like Forge Hub and pull real maps that have really been tested, and go into it a little bit more?
That's where we got Metropolis from, and apparently that's heavily in red.
Here's what I wanted to say though. What we're doing in Forward Conflict to make the maps, FC maps, the only thing that's really different is that we add the armor abilities all scattered throughout the map. That's the only really thing that's different. Maybe we tweak spawns here and there to try to make it as fair as we can. But if you have a problem with the map why don't you sign up for the Forge department, try to get that, back in action again, and do something about it. We need your guys' help. We can't do everything by ourselves.
You see, that's the problem, Raz, though. People sign up and then nothing happens.
Yeah,
I did
well,
it, and then I stopped because nothing happened. I was trying, but nobody listened.
Someone has to be the coordinator of that. We need to have a leader of that Forge community. It has to be someone neutral. Maybe the ward.
It's not enough just to set it up, though. You gotta have it work, too.
We'll find somebody. Someone will, hear this like, oh, hey, maybe I can do that.
Right.
I think I have someone in mind, actually.
Done.
Dun. Whoever you are, watch out.
Funny, he's been messaging me a lot lately, wanting to do more, but it's kind of new to the community, and I'm trying to feel him out. Maybe this is a good opportunity for him.
Maybe.
I think it's funny you say that, Raz, because I find a lot of people in the community always have, like, no problem throwing criticism out there and freaking out, but not many people are actually willing to step up and do the job like they expect.
And there is this one person that does have criticism and wants to help out our community and actually do something and not just sit there and bitch.
That's good. We need more people like that. I have no problem with criticism, but if you're not willing to help us out, or at least offer a suggestion, to me, I don't understand why you're bothering people. I mean,
that's why I tell people FC will only go as far as you let it to be.
Well, yeah, as much as there's a war council. Excuse me, guys, phone's ringing.
Oh God, there's your phone. That's why does that the ringtone?
Shut up.
I didn't. Tanner might have. Nope.
Sounds like a gay Christmas carol.
It's okay right now. It's not ringing.
Like the beginning of a Zelda game on Game Boy.
Pretty much. Alright, let's move on to our next topic then, seeing as we got that out of the way. Is there anything in Forerunner Conflict, events-wise, coming up that anybody knows about?
You always ask this every week, and you know what the biggest thing that we always say? The battles! The battles! That is the biggest event that always happens in our community, and probably the only thing that people usually care about in our community. Like I said, every week there's tournaments here and there that people, create, and they maybe give a few Microsoft points away. I might even do and give away shirts, but other than that, it's always the battles, man.
Well, that's why I bring it up, because the people who are being active and are trying to help the community, in your words, need to have some light shed on them. People need to know about it. Whether or not the battles is the biggest event of the week, yeah, sure, but people need to know if something's going on in the week. But anyway,
that's why we have the events section.
Yeah, I think we need to have more cross game events. Like games, get together with people and like not play just Halo, just spread out. I mean, I get it. We're obviously a Halo community, so we're gonna be based on Halo, but something that piques the interest of like other guys. That it's not just practice on Halo all the time. It's good to get on Call of Duty. Actually, no, Call of Duty sucks. It's good to get on Gears 3 and just bot rape with a shoddy custom games or something.
Guys, is my video on right now?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. I can see myself. It's kind of weird.
Well, I can too. It's called a mirror.
Smart ass.
I don't know. As far as events go,
Well, unless you're a vampire, then you're screwed.
as far as events go, Carp, it's kind of hard to get stuff together. I was thinking of doing like just a casual game night in the next week or two. Because those are really easy to throw together. You just say, hey, meet me here and then. I'm deciding between two games, although one of them is Gears, and last time only a couple people showed up. I don't know. That's a pretty easy thing to throw together. I might do.
Yeah.
As far as other stuff goes, I know I kind of sort of talked to you. I want to talk to you more later about I'm trying to get that Firefight Competitors League going.
Right.
Only about, 9 or so people showed interest in it. So I don't know. We'll try it out, and if it seems popular, hopefully more people will join. If not, then we'll scrap it. But that's something I want to get going.
Yeah, we'll
so
definitely.
If anybody's into Firefight, and come on over.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Sometimes it's fun to just kick the AI's ass for a couple hours.
Oh, yeah. But that's really all I know of. Not too many events get posted.
Yeah, that is true.
I think Raj should give out another T-shirt.
You know what? The only way I can do that is if we get more donations for our website, and so we have more things to give away. People don't realize when you donate money, you donate. If any extra money we get, we put aside for T-shirts and Microsoft points, and sometimes, a lot of times, it actually comes out of my own pocket. I like to do that. It's like a gift from me to the community. Unfortunately, I can't give everyone, a free shirt. But speaking of which, I really want to get a new design out there because we had the same old design for a long time now, and now I'm asking the community to come up with something different. So, and if we use it, then I'll buy that new shirt. I did that to Erie when he made the current shirt that we're using. So if you create a new design and we like it, you'll get a free copy of it. Win-win.
Sweet.
Really?
Hey, gay Christmas carols again.
Hello.
Okay. Now it's time. I guess it can't be time. Anybody have anything else we could talk about quickly while Cody's away?
I finished with the
He's
FC
back.
update, but I'm not going to post it yet, if you wanted to know.
Oh, well that's very interesting.
Sorry.
It's a draft. I'm
Should
going to
post
look
it so we can
make sure
talk
there's no
of it.
mistakes.
Okay. Cody, are you back? Are you good? Will you
I am
be
back, yes.
Will you
Sorry
be
about
good? All right.
Story time, children.
Yeah, guess
Gather
what?
around the camp.
Our special interviewee this week is Ghosthamer.
Dun, dun,
that. Oh,
dun.
go ahead.
Saw it coming.
Gather
Saw
around
it
the
coming a
camp.
mile away. It was gonna be unlucky, but I didn't know Cody was
Oh.
gonna be here.
Yeah, Unlucky doesn't have any good stories.
Well,
No, it's more about the person than it is
I
about their
do, but they're
stories.
for more mature people. I don't think you should be here, guard.
Well, there's one time at band camp.
This one time at band camp. Classic. All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, Ghosthammer.
Yes.
A lot of things have changed the past couple months, but
What a
can you briefly outline for us who you are to FC?
Right now,
Who
he's
I
the
am
most
to
hated
SC.
person
All right,
now.
let's see. Where should I start? Well, I guess I'll start with when I joined. That was in 2006. Joined with a few other friends that I had met online, primarily my cousin. We were asked if we wanted to join this war sim looking thing, and we talked about it with Raz and a few others and Black Dragon, and we said, yeah, it looks like fun. So we signed up, and I was about 14, 15 at the time, and really didn't know what I was getting myself into, but looked like a lot of fun, and was put into Red Army and helped run that as a warrant officer, and we kind of worked our way up the chain. Eventually, I found myself as one of the 5 generals and helped run the army. Had some really good times, enjoyed battles. That was back when major generals, because there was like 5 of them, we played in a lot of battles with the troops just because of numbers. So a lot of my playing time came in Halo 2 and the beginning of Halo 3. Ever since Halo 3 rolled around, most of my fighting days were over. I've been pretty much in and out of a high command since, I want to say maybe 6 to 8 months within Halo 3. Seen a lot of people come and go out the community, guys like Loco Crazy. I was there when Juggernaut was brought into the community. A lot of my old leaders are no longer with us, with the exception, I think Tyranny's come back. Obviously, Raz and Spartan are still around, but guys like Black Dragon are gone. Made a lot of good friends. Made a lot of good friends. Guys I still talk to. Micro Peter, I still talk to him once in a while. Guys like Yuri and Raz and Spartan, I've known them for upwards of 5 years now, so they're a lot of fun. Then I took a bit of a break in Halo 3. I had to retire for some personal reasons, came back. Had a couple of those moments where I had to kind of step back because I wasn't able to do things. Came back in Reach, which is where most of you guys probably first got to know me, when I was asked to be a field marshal when Red needed one. Did that war. The next war, Eagle and the Gargoyle thing happened, and then this war. So most of you guys have known me for, I would say, probably maybe 20% of my life in FC, if you do 5 years average and whatever. a lot of people here really don't know me too well. They've only known me just for Reach. I love the war sim. I love simulating the war. If you guys have seen my videos, you'll probably guess that. That's why I first originally joined. It was a war sim, and I enjoyed that kind of idea. I've done some acting in the past, both film and in theater. So to me, it wasn't a big deal getting involved with that. I really enjoyed it. Plus the fact that I am moving towards the military in real life, so it was something that I was kind of setting myself up because that'll be a career I'm doing. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to see what this is like compared to what it really is once I get there. Um, I think I'm really misunderstood. A lot of people think I'm this hard, intense asshole who likes to be a complete dick to people, and a lot of people really pass judgment on that before they get to know me. Um, I put the community before myself. That's just how I am. Numerous people can confirm that for you. And a lot of times when people are more worried about their own personal gains rather than that of the community, that really pisses me off. And that kind of what sets me off. Because for me, the point of being a part of a community like this is if you're a regular member, you're a regular member. You're just here to enjoy it. But when you get into the officership and the leadership, I really strongly feel that that's when you start giving of yourself for the community. And the way a lot of people have been, not just now, but in the past, it happens all the time, is people put their own motives ahead of the community. And it's just something that happens. And it's for me, it's incredibly difficult to deal with because that's so opposite of what I am as a person. I'm really give first and worry about myself later. I'm a very helping person in real life. So when someone does that about something I really care about, or it comes across like that, that really sets me off quick because it's not just against what I believe in the community; it's against who I am as a person. Um, I mean, I've always enjoyed having fun. I mean, Halo's been one of the games I've really enjoyed for years and years. I mean, ever since my cousin introduced me to Halo 1, I remember we played the first mission we ever played with him, and I remember it. And for those of you who don't know, Killadog 360 is my cousin. You may see him online once in a while. He might be coming back to play with us. I'm trying to convince him. But we were about 14 at the time, and the first ever game of Halo we played together. He had been playing it for the day before, and I went over for a sleepover at his grandparents when we were about 14. And we played one mission at about 1 in the morning, and it was the flood in Halo 1. We were like, holy fuck, we were scared shitless. Like this was intense. And the next day I went out and bought it, and we'd come over to each other's houses and play it, and it was great. And then I remember Halo 2 came out, and I remember getting the strategy guide. My mom went and picked up the Halo 2 in the morning that I had pre-ordered with the strategy guide. She dropped the strategy guide off at school for me. So my buddies and I at lunchtime, we're all sitting there in elementary school reading all these things and all excited. Then we went home and played it, and Mike was there. So I mean, a lot of the reason I'm here in FC is because of my cousin. He brought me into this. And then after that, it was pretty much just Raz and the other leaders of Red, like Black Dragon and Deadite, who's still around. He used to be one of my leaders. He's one of the very soft-spoken veterans. He's been around longer than I have. Him, Dr. Tsunami, who's not with us anymore. Lunar Ravens.
Lunar Ravens.
Not Sinister Lunar. I miss Lunar. He was great.
Yeah, not Sinister Lunar, but Lunar Ravens.
One of those guys. That was kind of the reason I got into the leadership aspect of things. I really did just enjoy playing. I believe I was the first person in FC to run a medal system. I believe. I may be wrong. Maybe Raz can confirm that when I did that Red Medal Award system back in Halo 2.
What were you asking?
Was there any medals that before the ones I did in Red?
No, I don't think so. I think you were the first one to actually utilize Army medals.
Yeah, I had never seen them. I think, assuming that there wasn't any before me that I didn't know of, I started the whole Army medal trend, something not a lot of people know. They were really shitty at first. I mean, the medals were like basically the same as they were now. The graphics were kind of shitty because I was using, I want to say that Google Picasa thing or whatever. It was really simple. And then I invested in Photoshop, and the blue medals are actually much better. But yeah, I'm a fairly complex person. One of the things I think people should know about me, which the few close people who do know me know by now, I would hope, is that there's a reason I do things. If I swear at you and be an asshole, there's a reason for it, and it doesn't necessarily mean I don't like you. any action I take is very calculated and there's a reason for it, and normally there's a big plan in motion, or I have an idea of why I'm doing something. And I'm gonna cut you short there. I'm gonna answer my phone. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm sick of this. Oh, you know, hang on.
I love the Christmas carols of gayness today. So much of them.
Where's this phone? No, shut up, phone. I'm not dealing with you right now. There we go. Done.
You're a secretary.
Ghost is that important guy.
All right, Ghosthamer. Another question.
Are
You might have already answered this, but is there anything you're known for in FC? Like really known
What
for?
else?
As he ponders.
As he
As
dropped
he's
out.
being reconnected.
Perhaps he's still on the telephone device.
Maybe he did
the
something with the phone of
First
gayness.
invented by Alexander Graham Bell. Grand inventions, these things were.
Amazing, amazing stuff.
First one, I believe, was powered by cranks.
Hello.
Good shit.
There he is.
Oh, sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Thank you. But yeah, no, just kind of where I left off there. I'm a pretty complex person, and there's a lot more to me than what people know about. I think of the people in this lobby, I think Raz and Forrest and Jordan are probably the three I know the best out of you guys. Raz, obviously, the best out of everyone, because, I mean, what's it been now, Raz? 5 years? Almost 6?
Yeah, no,
It's
it's
6th
at least
June,
6
right?
years.
Yeah.
It's
So, I
6th
mean,
of
it's...
June.
Yeah, it's been a while. A lot of people, you know, you'll see it on the forums once in a while. They'll say that, oh, you know, this is just a game and real life's more important and this and that. And that is true. Your life is more important, you know, in terms of your family, your friends, your job, and it is more important than a game. But what people don't understand, at least it doesn't look like not a lot of people understand, is that we are a community, and regardless of it being over a game and regardless of it being a war sim, at the core level, it's about connections and people and friendship.
Exactly.
And that really is the core level.
I totally agree with
And-
that. People are people no matter where you meet them.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and regardless of what setting you're in, whether you be in a war sim on Halo or a coworker or a family member or a stranger on a bus, regardless of what it is, you can still connect with people. And for me, knowing guys like Raz and Spartan for, you know, almost 6 years now, and other people who I've known for multiple years, it's not as simple to me as, oh, they're part of the community and we share an army, but beyond that, you know, it's just a game. It's really not. There are people in this community who I really feel, you know, are very good friends, who are people I consider like family. You know, I mean, when you know someone for 5 6 years and you work with them to help them run and build something this big that's gone on to be, you know, I would say rather successful considering the ups and downs we've been through. I mean, we've never had the big, huge, you know, hey, look, this is this community, go join it on, you know, Bungie or something. But as a community standing alone, I would say yes, we've been very successful. And when you work with people who care about that and you're helping them and getting to know them over a period of 5 6 years, those are connections to me that stretch far beyond a game. You know, and I really think that that's something I feel the community's losing, is that it's all about the armies and the games on Sunday, and it's, you know, as someone said earlier, it's we need to span games. I feel a lot of it has become, I'm gonna join with these people who I know and we're gonna have some fun together, rather than in the past, because of how things were when I first joined. It was, hey, this is completely new. We have no idea what we're doing. You know, hey, I don't know you, but we're in the same unit. Let's go play a game. Okay, sure. Or, you know, you'd sit there and, hey, I'm kind of sick of Halo. Do you have Call of Duty? Yeah, I do. Want to play that? Okay, sure. And it was to the point where you joined the community and you were making friends and making new connections that actually meant something, rather than, hey, I'm going to join with these 5 or 6 guys and we're going to play together and have some fun, you know. And I think I sense a bit of a change. I feel that it's being noticed that that's happening, and I feel like the, if you want to call it the newer generation, I don't want to use the word new guy and vet, because that's an argument that I have a pretty strong opinion on. But I guess if you want to say the newer generation, I think they're noticing that, and I think they're conscious of that, and I think that's a good thing, that they're aware that there's a lot more to this community than simply playing on a Sunday and enjoying a battle. I think they're understanding that you can actually make real connections here, and I think that's what's going to be essential in pushing us further. Is that people continue to make those deeper connections, those deeper friendships, and I think that when that happens, you create strong bonds, and when you create strong bonds, that helps leadership. I mean, myself and Kablam, for example, at the start of this war, even though we were opposing field marshals, we've always gotten along well. We've always worked together well, and everything we had to do to help the community and get the armies on our feet was incredibly smooth. And I think once those kind of friendships are established and those connections, and people are willing to say, "Hey, look, I've fought with you guys for the last year or so. I want to kind of go on my own over here and try something new." I think that'll be the next step that happens that'll really solidify where this is going. Because right now, obviously, as we've seen, that groups of people still want to be together and play with their friends. Because I think they're not at the point yet where they can look back and say, "Hey, we had some really good times, but now it's time to help the community and work together." And give a separate and have to spread out. And I think that's a major difference between myself and some of the newer guys and some of the older guys like me, is that I've had my time to play through all of Halo 2 and half of Halo 3. So by the time I took most of the last half of Halo 3 off. So by the time I get back to Halo Reach, it doesn't matter to me to play on Sundays because I've already done that. I've done that for 3 or so out of the 5 years, maybe closer to 4. So I have no problem saying, "Hey, I don't need to play on a Sunday." Whereas some of these guys who have only been around for a year, year and a half, maybe 2, they're still wanting to play because they haven't had those good memories of being able to look back and say, "Hey, we've done this for quite a while. Why don't we give someone else a chance to play?" And we'll focus on leading. And I think that'll happen in the next probably year and a half, maybe 2 years if needed. But that's what'll happen.
Right.
We're already in the process of starting something like that. You talked about the newer generation, and in the update to come, I'm hoping that people are going to understand what we're trying to do. I posted a draft on the War Council for those who can actually see it. You can actually view it now and see what you think. Don't really discuss it on here, but anyway, by the time this is posted, I'm sure it will be posted anyway, but it doesn't really matter. But with Ghosthamer, what you were saying, that's kind of what we're trying to go back to again.
Right.
You'll understand soon enough.
Yeah. I understand what Cody's saying from my perspective because I've had similar experiences with another community. But yeah, a lot of good points there. Anybody have any comments or questions of Cody in this current place?
I think we all drifted off in that long spiel.
Right.
They were wise words, but damn.
Yeah.
Nice
Okay.
monologue, Cody.
If anyone who listens to this podcast really wants to read into my full history on what's gone on, bottom of my signature, it's a Wikipedia we haven't used in years. It's something that in the next 3 to 4 months, depending on where my life goes, and it's looking like I'll be going into a place where I won't be around on the games much. I'll be on the forums. I may take it upon myself to revamp that and get it going again. But I do keep myself updated on there just as that way I can keep my own history documented, and then that way when we do get a new wiki going, it's already there. Click on the detailed service record link, and that'll bring up everything. It's written in a war sim style way, so that way it's somewhat canon to the FC universe. So that would be where you get my history. But anyone listening who wants to actually ask questions or just get to know me or want to know things or want to play, I don't bite people's heads off. You're welcome to send me an invite. I'm always down to play whatever. If I don't respond to you when you send me an invite, it's probably my little cousin playing because she comes over once in a while, and she's got this really mad obsession with Call of Duty. So.
Oh, how sad that is.
That's kind
Doesn't
of
know
funny.
what a real game is yet.
That's a funny
I don't
mental
know your
image.
cousin, but I already don't like her.
One final question before we wrap this up tonight, guys. What Cody or Raz, I guess, either of you are qualified to answer this question. If you can answer it, if it's not classified, what are your plans for the future of FC? What are your plans in the future of FC? Where do you see yourself more towards Cody in the future of FC?
Sorry, did you say more towards me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not really classified. I mean, I can be pretty honest about it. Obviously, my high command ship is done after the stunt I decided to pull. I've broken some trust there, and that's what it is.
Asshole.
The War Council did what they had to do, and that's another issue, and that's fine. I mean, I've accepted what I've done. In terms of right now, I'm simply just running a platoon. I've been busy with exams this week, so hopefully the week after that, I'll be able to get things a little more solid and running with that and get back into battles on Sunday. Right now, I'm in the process of filling out paperwork for the Royal Military College in my country, in Ontario. If things pan out the way I want them to, next September I'll be going for 4 years to train in military strategies and psychology. Do 4 years of training and schooling at university for that. Then after that, I will be finish my infantry officer training, deploy for 6 months overseas. When I'm finished with that, I'll have a 6-month round trip around the world, picking up different cultural and dialects training with our Navy. And then I'll be back into Canada for another 6 months of training and application for Joint Task Force 2. And if all that's successful, then I will be a lieutenant with, well, you guys call it a lieutenant, we call it a lieutenant, thanks to our British heritage. I'll be a lieutenant within the Canadian JTF 2 and starting my career in the military there. So that's my plan. So if things go that way according to plan, I would say probably by next September I'll be at the point where I'll just be on the forums. I won't actually be on the Xbox much. So that's for the future FC. Because of the stunt I pulled, I don't know how much is trusted of me or how much is needed, but I've always said that if the community needs something, I'm always around to help them if they ask for it. I mean, that's pretty much it. At this point, I really feel that the newer generation, if you want to call them that, are starting to take over the reins. I think that's something that'll happen in the next little while, with what's going on. And once that happens to me, then my job is really done. I just become someone who, sits around and maybe if they have questions or need advice, I'm here to help them with it. But I really
Cody,
feel the generation start to take over.
Just gonna cut you off there because
yeah,
you're gonna be in a pretty good role. We're making something that will soon be announced to the public that you'll be placed somewhere where we'll still need you.
Okay. Well, whatever's needed for the community, I'm willing to help. You know that.
You heard it here first, folks. Probably not, though. Probably not. Raz's update will be up before this. Anyway. Well, a man with a plan. That's Ghosthamer, everybody. I want to thank you all for being a part of this quote-unquote podcast this week.
I like that quote.
Right. And, yeah. We'll see you all next week.